Wagwan, me people, quick thing before we kick off. The views where you hear upon the Father to Father podcast, them strictly for why, the hosts, guests, and contributors. Them now represent Catholic Notebook, Spirit Stream Studios, the Diocese, University, or any affiliated groups. You see me? And remember, this podcast is strictly for adult ears, so listen up with discretion.
Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet. A place for the soul, where wisdom speaks. Hope in the message, strength in the beat. Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet.
What's going on, man?
Yo, what's cracking?
Not much. I don't know, man. Like, it's one of those things where, like, hey, by the way, welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Dr. Giovanni. With me is my right hand, my main man.
Father Greg Lambert.
Hey, also, do us a favor, go to www.catholicnotebook.org/Father. That's catholicnotebook.org/
F2F.
And, click that little tip jar. Leave us $5, $10, $2, $15, $1,000, whatever you got in your pocket. Just dump it digitally into that tip jar.
I guess
It's good. Also, make sure you download our podcast from the website to catholicnotebook.org/Father, catholicnotebook.org/
F2F.
or you can go on Buzzsprout.
Oh yeah, Buzzsprout's pretty dope.
Yeah,
We
you
love
can
them.
get it directly from there.
Yeah.
Just type in Father
Or Debaser or Pandora.
or
apparently.
Devesa, Pandora, or Spotify.
Or Spotify.
Go on Spotify. Like, please, can you go on Spotify and give us 5 stars? Because we're sick and tired of like the random things that we're getting from Debaser.
Who is we?
Listen,
I ain't speaking French.
I am. Hey, man, you ready to get started?
Always.
All right.
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds weird, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yeah, it's out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me out.
All right, you ready for some Hear Me Outs?
Yeah.
All right, so it's Hear Me Outs. You know what it is, 5 stars. You did nothing wrong. 1 star. Confession on Thursdays. And if you're doing Confession on Thursdays, let us know. Catholicnotebook.org/Father, Catholicnotebook.org/
F2F.
And while you're there, scroll down, drop a line, send us your emails. And, I'm tired of people saying, like, but why don't you just read it, like, undoctored? Because some of you really need to go to Confession on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And we protect the innocent. So, like, everything gets changed up a little bit. So the actual story gets stayed, but, like, any identifying markers get removed as well. That gives people peace of mind. All right, so you ready?
I think so.
But hear me out. It's not weird if it's for peace of mind, right?
Depends.
Okay, before we even start, Father Greg, I'm going to need...
This is a tail sign. This is a number one tell of what we're about to hear. Because I'm the one... Sorry, continue.
It's like, before we even start, Father Greg, I'm going to need you to hold in all those deep judgmental sighs. No exhaling, no rubbing foreheads, no let's unpack that pauses.
Those are the charitable ways I can say it.
I need grace, not therapy. And Dr. Giovanni, you could just mute yourself. You're fine.
But only one works under, like, criminal law. But okay, that's fine.
I guess. So, hi. I'm Madison, 29.
Hi, Madison.
And I have what I'd like to call a healthy accountability system in my relationship.
Okay.
My fiance, Ethan, travels a lot for work. Mm-hmm. Like a lot. And instead of sitting around spiraling with anxiety about what he might be doing on those trips, I come up with something that gives me peace of mind.
Okay.
I hired
You hired a what?
a private investigator.
Oh, man. I had hope. Dog, I had hope.
I hire a private investigator every time he goes out of town or even out with his friends to make sure everything stays pure. Mm-hmm. I call them my purity files.
See, this is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but ladies and gentlemen, whenever someone starts off by saying, Father Greg, I need you to go ahead and hold out judgment, this is what happens. Like, it's every single time. Go back into every episode we've ever recorded.
Yes.
And every
I tell you, hey, yo, Father Greg, I need you to shut up. All right? Don't be looking at me sideways.
Because they already know. They already know. Sorry. Please continue. Purity Files.
I got Purity Files. Not because I'm obsessive or anything.
Oh, never that.
Just because they keep things honest. I have them all neatly labeled in my closet. PF1, Bachelor Party Trip. Clean. PF7, Dallas Work Conference. Minor incident resolved. PF12, Thursday night guys dinner. Pending clarification. It's not weird. It's not weird, Father Greg.
She told me to be quiet.
The reports are mostly boring. Just him having drinks, eating too much, scrolling through his phone. But one time, and this was actually funny, he did cross a tiny line. It was the Dallas trip. He and a few coworkers went to a bar after dinner, and one of the girls in the group playfully touched his shoulder. When she laughed, the PI report said, and I quote, subject did not appear to reciprocate. Subject looked uncomfortable, but remained seated. I mean, come on. If that's the worst thing in 12 files,
12 files.
I'd say I'm doing great. Anyway, last month, Ethan's younger brother, who's like 20, and home from college, came over to borrow a suitcase. Apparently, he got curious and opened up my hall closet and found one of my files. Next thing I know, he's standing there in the hallway holding up one of my binders, looking like he just walked through, looking like he walked in on a seance. He said, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, that's actually pretty correct.
And I said, "Those are my purity files. Put them down."
That's not the response that you give to not sound crazy. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those are my purity files. Put them down.
Those are my purity files.
I know she was dead serious when she said it too.
Yeah, she's like, "Those are my purity files. Put them down." Stop. Put them down.
She has a weapon on her. Sorry, continue.
Now he told Ethan casually over Xbox, like, "Hey, your fiance is bat crazy. She got these freaky stalker binders about you." And Ethan's been asking me for weeks, what did my brother mean? And I keep dodging questions like, "Oh, it's just budget stuff."
It's
Wedding
innocent,
notes.
but you ain't gonna tell it. Sorry. Continue.
But he's not dropping it. So Father Greg, be honest.
I will. You gotta ask me that. You're gonna ask me a doggone thing. I'll be honest.
Do I come clean about what the purity files are? But because I swear, it's not weird if you think about it logically. If he's not doing anything wrong, there's nothing to find. I'm not controlling him. I'm just verifying his integrity. It's not mistrust. It's accountability with structure. But hear me out. It's not weird if it's for peace of mind. Do you need a recap?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, Madison's telling you, "Hey, Father Greg, shut up." And then after that, she proceeds to talk about how she's like, "Listen, I got a lot of anxiety when my boyfriend goes out for reasons undisclosed, which is fine."
Okay.
And then she sits there and she goes like, "Yeah, I hire a private investigator to follow him and then report back to me," which is not cheap, by the way.
Yeah, that's expensive.
It's like $1,500. She did it 12 times.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, and he reports back. So he has 12 purity files. And then also Ethan's brother went
Who's
over.
a real one, by the way.
Wait, also, what are you doing rummaging through someone else? Like, you went to go get a suitcase, but then you rummaged through someone else's closet because you got curious and you opened up.
Because mind you, he had a binder that he was holding up that has all the stuff in there. 12 binders, because this happened 12 times. If that ain't tax information, like, what do you got 12 full binders of information on in your closet?
And it has to be one of those 2-inch binders, too.
I'm going on a limb saying it's 3.
3 inches?
I think it's 3 because it's not just. Fair enough. I've never seen a private investigation report, but if the private investigator is going all the way through looking, investigating, and then probably taking pictures as well.
Oh yeah, no, for
That's
sure.
a 3-inch binder at least.
That has to be. Yeah,
That's a full dossier.
You're doing a full dossier. Yeah, and
12 times.
oh my gosh. Yeah.
And if he's an investigator worth his salt, he's gonna link the other binders together.
Oh
Of,
yeah.
like, remember when he said he was in Dallas?
He said this in Dallas.
Exactly. It
Hell
is-
yeah.
the same chick with the same name came up in Kansas City. They might be connected. Like, dog.
It's like, yo, remember you were concerned about this chick and she told you not to worry about? That's actually something not to worry about because she came up here. Turns out she doesn't even work for the company no more.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly. And if she has them labeled and organized as P1, P2, or whatever, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, Dallas, Kansas City, Memphis, this, that, and a third. And the brother knows that his other brother goes to these places. Like, that sounds like that movie Get Out to me. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Isn't this his work schedule? I know for a fact this is his work schedule because he sent me snaps and photos from places that he's been in these. There's no way she's logging his movements. She opens one of the binders. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Yo, he goes out there like, hey, yo, girl stalking you.
Yeah, because he wasn't in the. Because mind you, he wasn't in the hallway saying, like, curiously saying, "Hey, what's this binder about?" He looked like he's seen something. Like he went through something he wasn't supposed to see, and now he's like, "I got too much information, and you might either kill me or kill him. Something's gonna happen." And she didn't say, "Hey, put that down. I can explain everything." She said, "That's my purity binder." Like that's not gonna help the situation, bro.
Yeah. And he's
I'd be scared.
He's talking over Facebook. Hey, yo, girl. Your girl's doing some freaky stuff.
If this was me and Brittany, I would have immediately called you. I would have left the hallway, got out of the house, driven away, got like 6 blocks away, and called you and said, "Listen, this is what I found."
And I would have broke up with her on the spot. I would have been like, thank you.
That's her fiance, my guy.
I would have been like, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Also, we need a police report.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Expeditiously, we need a police report. Yeah, that's too much.
It is too much.
Oh, jeez. So, what you saying?
Listen, it's one thing to do all this stuff and you're figuring out, hey, I have a good guy because I have all the documents and all the receipts. And he has even been tested before by some woman who had playfully touched his shoulder, which tends to happen, especially when you go out with bars with your guys, you're having a good time. It might be a work trigger, things of that nature. This stuff tends to happen, and knowing how to handle yourself is part of manhood and also womanhood as well.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know how to have the maturity to know your boundaries and lines exactly for what the things are that matter to you the most, like your relationship, especially when you're the fiance of someone, right?
Yeah.
That is all to say. My issue is not just, well, I have lots of issues. I have issues with the way that she went about this, but I also have an issue with him hearing this conversation, this situation that's been raised by the brother, and asking her directly, what is he talking about? And then her knowingly withholding the information of all these binders. Mm-hmm. Because if they are in an easily accessible place within the closet, eventually he's going to find it. Like, the brother will continue to press and say, hey, did you ever get that figured out? What was that? Because it freaked me out. And he can either go ahead and disregard him, but he won't disregard him for a very long, like for very long. Is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is the fact that the brother told him over Xbox.
Yeah. Like, they're close.
They're close.
They're close.
They were playing together on Xbox, and he's like, "Hey, yo, your girl being freaky,"
And then killed him on Call of Duty. That's wild.
That's probably what it is. Or they were playing Madden, and he's like, "Yo, your girl being freaky." Also, Dot. I'm like, what?
Eventually, he's going to see it. Eventually, he's going to ask, yo, have you been tailing me for all of my work trips? And also, the next question is, when does this end? Because this is end when they get married and now there's a commitment? Or does this end what?
I've seen this before, and it ends, but it changes. Like, it ends from, like, where it's at right now, and it changes into something else.
Like putting a tracker in someone's car?
No, there's no more tracking. Because the mental... Like, right now, what she's wanting is a commitment. And he hasn't done anything yet to fully commit to her. Like, he's probably living in a separate house, for example.
Probably.
And, like, he has his stuff not at her place. He's lived a completely separate and distinct life from her, and she feels isolated. And so she's questioning what that means, because culturally speaking, the whole like, oh, we live together and then like we get married and all that stuff, that is little markers of commitment. And when someone does things like, you know, the proper Catholic way where you're just like, yeah, no, we're just going to do whatever.
Yeah.
It messes with people's heads because they're expecting things to play out the cultural way. And so what most likely will happen with her is that this level of paranoia will die down. It'll just transform into something else. So he might just have stuff in his food.
Like olive oil?
Yeah. Like legit. It might just transform into olive oil. Because like now he's in the house, so she knows he's going to come home every single night. So it's no longer like a paranoia thing. So it's like, oh yeah, cool. Like it's not going to be paranoia in terms of like, oh, he's going to go to someone else. She's like, he has me. That's fine. Because I can always be good. But I need to make him just unattractive enough.
We are rational animals, Dom.
That's how it is. That's how these things start. That's how people get poisoned. Like that's how people get poisoned. Because their partners are just like, yo, I just need you to show. But it stops if he shows her like overtures of commitment. If he does grand overtures of commitment, like for example, hey honey, come with me to every single one of my work trips. All of it stops. All of it stops.
Hey, if you're young and you don't have kids, that's a cool move.
Yeah.
Like, yo, your fiance and or girlfriend has a free trip to Kansas City. Like, okay, cool, let's go.
Yeah. But
Might as well.
But that's one of those things where it's just like, I don't want to have to explain that. Like, and rightly so. It's like, listen, I don't want to have to explain to you like this. I just want to relax and do whatever, and then just go to my room and like, because I'm living a separate life. Like, to be fair, we're engaged, but I'm still living a separate life until which time I'm married to you.
Yeah.
And so, like,
I mean, yeah, you guys are getting prepared to get married. Like, that's great. Like, that's a wonderful and prayerful time. But my guy, as long as you're safe, like, be safe out there, guys.
Yeah.
Because this could easily be a situation where the individual is not safe and has devious plans.
yeah. No, for
I'm
sure.
not saying that they do, but it could be.
Yeah. So what you giving it? I'm giving it 2. I'm giving it 2 because it's a little bit too much. Because like, and I'll tell you my rationale for it. Like, you're hiring a private investigator.
Mm-hmm.
You said it was innocent,
Yeah.
right? But when push came to shove,
You don't want to say anything.
you don't want to
about
say
it.
anything.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead with a 2 as well.
Because if she says like, oh, what is it? And it's like, oh yeah, no, this is a like private investigator that I hired. She could be delusional, be like, yeah, it's a private investigator I hired. And he goes,
Yeah.
what? He's like, yeah, no, it's a private investigator I hired. It's not that big of a deal. And like, that would drive someone nuts. It's like, wait, you hired private? He's like, yeah, what's the issue?
And then she named it the purity files.
Yeah.
Not even like this is files of like your like she's looking for. Sorry, I'm gonna call. Anyway, it's probably not important. It's my day off. Anyway, so my gut tells me 3.
You're saying 3?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut on this.
I say 2 because I feel like there's some mental health stuff involved.
Oh, probably.
But she's not addressing, because if she addresses it, she probably would engage in life differently. So
I look at number 1s as malicious intent, and I don't think she has malicious intent in this. Surprisingly, I really don't.
yeah,
I just think that she's going about this in a very unhealthy way that she views as healthy. So it might be a mental health issue.
here's my thing: if she didn't, she wouldn't have a problem saying what it is, because she would be
Fair.
she would be in that delusional state.
Fair.
Because it would just be like, oh yeah, no, it was what it is. Because then the boyfriend, the fiance, would be in that thing of like, am I the wild one for thinking that this is abnormal? Because she's so chill about this, acting like this is a normal thing that everyone does. Like, that would be the situation. But that's not the situation. She's
No, it's
freaking
not.
out that if she says it to him, then he's going to leave.
Yeah. Which would make sense. Like, I would be pretty upset. Like, I would be pretty upset that this was happening to me.
That's why I give it a 2, because I'm like, yeah, there is malicious intent here. Because if you didn't, and you were just strictly dealing with a delusion, you'd have no problem saying it, and other people would functionally not understand it, because they would be like, wait a minute, what? You're like, yeah, it's normal. What's your issue? It's like the perfect example. Remember the young lady who made the dress from the priestess clerics?
Yeah, I just talked about this with somebody at a party the other day.
Yeah, like that's an example. She saw nothing wrong with what she did.
Oh no, we know, we remember.
But I gave her a 3 because I'm like, yeah, mentally for her, she saw nothing wrong.
And I saw all the trauma, and I was like, no, 2. Like, this is not okay.
But this is. I'm just saying, like, this is a similar situation, but flip reverse for us. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's a 3 because mentally for her, she's just not in the place to recognize anything. She's truly believing that, yeah, what she's doing is not wrong. In this situation, she knows what she's doing is wrong.
Oh, for sure.
She's just like, I got caught.
Also, the other girl broke into this guy's house multiple times.
No. She was part of the cleaning crew.
No, and then she got revoked, and then she broke in. I remember this because I got scared.
Was open. The front door was open.
I live in a rectory. Like this went through my mind. I got scared, dog.
She said the front door was open, dog.
The first time.
Oh, jeez. Let us know. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? I said 2. Father Greg says 3. Let us know. Kevin.org/Father, Kevin.org/
F2F.
Back when I needed a map, all I got handed was traps. Said, boy, go be great, but gave me no pass, so I bled from the faith I ain't know I still had. Good advice, don't come cheap. Real ones ran wisdom, don't tweet. Now I walk through the dark, trying not to repeat the same fake love that they handed to me. They come to me now like I know the route. Big bro, what's the play? Can you help me out? And I tried not to laugh, but I see myself back when I was broke, begging somebody else. Ain't no manual for this, just pressure and heat. You get burnt by the ones that you thought brought peace. Told my little man, don't believe what you see. Even angels fall.
Raise from Father Advice.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to change up how we do Fatherly Advice a little bit.
Okay.
Well, because we've had a lot of people write in that says like, hey, we want like more questions. Like, we'd love to hear your thoughts on more questions. So what I asked the research team to do is like, if you can condense these fatherly advice, just give us the details that we need to talk about, and then we can go through a little bit more rather than just one question that fills up the entire time.
Okay.
So we'll try it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then we'll just go back to the long emails that have like, yo, and this is where my heart is, and this is where my life is, da 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 da.
I'm real interested to see how this works with a shorter fatherly advice segment, because there was a lot of detail that we needed in order to parse out exactly what was happening there.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what the research team did, and we'll just take it from there.
I'm thankful for him.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say, dear, hi, Father Greg and Dr. Giovanni, or dear Dr. Greg and whatever. Like, nah, he's not Dr. Giovanni's father.
You're upset that they're addressing me?
Oh, my gosh. Leave me alone. Just imagine it's assumed. All right, so here we go. My husband and I have been married for 8 months and fought over everything from laundry to liturgy. We pray together, but sometimes it feels like we're just weaponizing scripture. He says I scripturalize every disagreement. I say he practicalizes love until it's just chores and spreadsheets. Is this normal, iron sharpening iron, or are we already rusting? How do we keep grace without grinding each other down?
Oh, that's beautifully said. Oh my gosh. Well, that's really good. I think this is a bit of is it my turn to?
Yeah,
okay, cool. I think this is a beautiful opportunity to be able to grow. And I know, hopefully that doesn't sound like a throwaway line, like, oh, Father Greg's is telling me to pray for my spouse or whatever.
He said grow. So in other words, like, man, you soft. Like, stop being soft.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. But what I am saying, I think this is a really wonderful opportunity because you guys seemingly are on opposite ends, but there is a balance that needs to be met in the middle of not just, yes, you need to depend on scripture, and yes, you need to depend on our Lord in order to bring you through this sacrament, which, congratulations, 8 months in. I mean, that's pretty freaking amazing. But also the practicality is necessary. I think both of you could agree that if you were to hear a talk or go to a conference and have someone talk to you about married life and tell you only the flowery, beautiful, buttery stuff that you want to hear that sounds really cool out of a Nicholas Sparks book, you would look at each other and say, that's not real. That's not reality.
Well, I think to a certain point, though, and just picking back off of what you said, like, it's great that you recognize that you're fighting each other. Because like a lot of people don't even recognize that they're fighting. They're just like, oh, this is just normal. It's like, no, you're fighting, and you need to know that you're fighting.
Yes.
And so the fact that you recognize you're fighting is right. The other part of it is this idea of like practicalizing and spiritualizing everything. And I don't know exactly what you mean by practicalizing. If it just, he's trying to make things practical, or if from spiritualizing, like you're out there just going like, well, it does say in Proverbs, like, you can't do this.
That's a quick way to start a fight.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference between it. And we know the difference as people. Like, hey, I know I'm poking the bear here because I'm standing on business versus I'm poking the bear because I just refuse to be wrong, because I feel a certain type of way for losing the last X amount of arguments beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between like, yo, you standing on business and you mean it. Like, hey, we're not going to miss mass because missing mass on a Sunday is a mortal sin.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to stand on business. I don't care what you think. This is the fact of the matter. So you won't get your butt in the pew next to me.
You don't got to like it. You just got to do it.
Right. Versus like, honor your father and mother means I got to submit to, mother-in-law's bad pot roast. Like, that's like that's
so many
those two things are different.
Yeah. No, they're absolutely.
So, any other thoughts?
No. But besides, congratulations on your wedding.
Yeah,
fantastic.
For sure. All right, next one. I'm not cheating. I've been emotionally invested in someone online. We met in a Catholic discussion group. Now we DM about theology, memes, and everything my actual boyfriend doesn't want to hear about. It started off just very pure, and now I just get butterflies every time I see the username pop up on my phone. Do I need to confess adultery of my heart, or just delete the app and move on? Like, I do feel guilty, but I only feel guilty because I haven't talked about it to anyone other than online or writing into you guys.
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Okay, I'm just going to break it down for you right now, because we're the type of year that we are in right now, and I said the type of year, the time of year is what I mean to say. It's like December, right? So December for a priest and in the time of the church means a lot of reconciliation services. I have 13 penance services in the next 2 months.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Damn.
And so I'm hearing a lot of sin, and I'm also dealing out a lot of grace by God's mercy, and of course, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you exactly what I
got grace tapped into his IVs right now.
His veins, my veins.
Grace for 3, grace.
Thank you, Jesus. And so to say, I'm going to tell you exactly what I tell a lot of our kids, and also a lot of our a lot of young adults as well who come to confession. And I will tell them this: that God can use just about anything, and I say just about, really anything, in order to be able to sanctify your soul, to make you a saint. He can use your past, he can use your present, he can use your future. He can also use guilt. When we're guilty about something, it doesn't mean that, like, oh my gosh, like God wants to put a rock on my soul and I need to go ahead and move this rock. And like, it's not God trying to punish you, but it does tell you that you have an actual moral life. You have rationality and you have a soul. Those two things move together. We are faith and reason, as John Paul II would say, right? The great saint. What God doesn't give to us and what he will never use is shame. That is different. Guilt and shame are drastically different. And even though they seem like they're interchangeable words, especially in our society, that's what our society wants, because what they really don't want is for you to be able to tell the difference between the two.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
Guilt motivates you to change. Shame says that you are bad.
Exactly.
Like, you are unable to change anything.
And that tells us that guilt is meant to be coming from God, because guilt tells us that we want a conversion. We want to turn back to him. I said the bad thing, I did the bad thing, therefore I need to convert back to God, the person who is my center.
Do me a favor. Talk about Catholic guilt. That situation where it's like you didn't actually do anything bad, but for whatever reason we feel guilty about it. Like we have to start changing our behavior because it's the impression of what it means to be a good Catholic.
Well, most of the time, Catholic guilt isn't actually coming from us. It's coming from the people who have imprinted Catholic guilt upon us.
Say it one more time for people. That was a bar. Say it again. Say it again.
Most of the time, Catholic guilt is not coming from us. It's coming from people who have imprinted Catholic guilt upon us. So if you are a child who grew up in a Catholic family that says you do not miss Mass under any circumstances, which is important. That is a mortal sin to miss Mass, especially on a Sunday. However, if your bishop gave you a dispensation because...
Dispensation!
He's really excited about dispensations. If the bishop gave you a dispensation because, I don't know, there's 13 feet of snow outside and nobody is able to leave their house, but you are, meanwhile, losing your mind in your house right now, not able to leave because you're not only not going to make it to Mass, not because you're not going to see our Lord in his body and blood, but also because you feel guilty and you can't really put your finger on it. It's the fact that it's been beat into you to go to Mass every single weekend. You should go to Mass every single weekend. Don't clip this and say, Father Greg said it's okay to miss Mass. That's not what I'm saying. But there are real realities when certain situations don't allow us to do the things that we want to do. The guilt comes from, a lot of the times, someone else that is imprinted, whether they had good intentions or not, put an imprint of what our faith should be. Continue to reach for Jesus Christ, continue to be in the church, continue to receive the sacraments. But a lot of times when we deal with Catholic guilt from a priest perspective, I see Catholic guilt in the confessional periodically. I said this, I did this. It's a lot of struggling between scrupulosity and not.
Okay. All right. Next question. My teenage daughter just told me she doesn't want to go to church anymore. Specifically, she doesn't want to go to Mass anymore. I promise I raised her Catholic, but forcing her feels wrong, and not forcing her feels like a failure. My husband says, let her explore. I can't shake the image of her drifting away from the faith forever. When I asked her about it, she specifically said that the priest, quote, sucks, and
Sorry.
and, quote, I'm not getting anything out of it, so what's the point? I get much more out of just watching Father Mike Schmidt on YouTube.
I mean, he's pretty good.
How do you parent when your child feels like a spiritual test? Sorry, when your child's free will feels like a spiritual test.
That's an awesome question. I deal with this question, I want to say, at least once a month. Like as in a sit-down meeting.
Right.
Once a month.
I have thoughts on this. I have my thoughts on this. Go ahead, but I'll give you runway.
Oh, no, I got lots of thoughts, too. Like, the reality is, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to say this the way that you have said it to me before, that you always do what's in your best interest.
Right.
And I've used this a lot. And
You're welcome.
I think, well, you're right. Thank you. Like, I think it's very true. You always end up, and I'm not just talking to teenagers, I'm talking to young adults, I'm talking to anybody who's struggling in the faith. You always end up doing what you deem is in your best interest. If you go to school, you do your homework because you think it's in your best interest to get good grades so you can go to the school you want to go to. If you have good discipline, you do it because you think it's in your best interest to be able to have good discipline so you can have good study habits so you can do whatever it is you want to do in life. XO facto, whatever, right? All that is to say that your teenage daughter is looking at Catholic Mass, is looking at spirituality, at Catholicism as a whole. At least she thinks that she is. I can't tell you if she is or she isn't, right? But she's looking at all this as a whole. She's attempting to. And she's saying, this isn't in my best interest because I'm not getting anything out of it. But that's how she's deeming it.
Right.
It's not necessarily meant to be viewed that way, but how she looks at it as how we interact as a family with Mass, with Catholicism, is we go to Mass on Sundays.
Right.
And I go to school every other day of the week, and when I go to school, I'm supposed to get knowledge and come out and then be better. If I'm going to Mass for an hour a week and I'm not coming out with something and being better and changing, or I'm not seeing something that everyone says that they're seeing, then it's a waste of time and it's not in my best interest.
Here's my thing: put your foot down as a parent, and you're taking your kids to mass. Like there is something to be said about two things. It's the culture that you establish in your own household, and then also if you deem it as being important, then you will do everything you possibly can to instill it into your kid. This isn't something where like, oh yeah, it is important to me, and my kid just doesn't get it. My girls don't like football, but guess what team they chant every Sunday? Patriots. Why? Because dad loves the Patriots. Dad talks about the Patriots. Dad's talking about taking them next year to go watch the Patriots play. Dad takes them to football games in Minnesota when the Patriots were playing in Minnesota to go see the Patriots with uncle and mom. Dad is talking about like, hey, let's do this with the Patriots. Dad buys you Patriots gear. I mean, these are things that are happening outside of just watching football on Sunday. So on Sunday, they may not want to watch football. But if I'm sitting there and I'm watching football, guess what Sophie does? Comes into my lap and says, Dad, I just want to cuddle with you. Fine. Football game's on. In the same vein with your church and your Catholicism, if you're not doing things outside of Mass to reinforce the things that you're doing in Mass, what's the point? Like, to me, I'm just saying, like, yo.
But that's the golden part, though.
What?
Doing things outside of Mass to reinforce exactly what you're doing.
Right. And
that's the point.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, you'll have parents that will sit up there and wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get their kids ready for a softball, baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball season's the worst. And they'll pay like $15,000 for this whole baseball season, all this stuff. But then you talk about like, yo, get to Mass. They're like, ah. But then they'll complain about their kids not having faith. And I'm like, but what are you doing? Outside of like going to Mass, like what are you doing?
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. And so, what it all comes down to is how much this is actually like, what is the worth to you?
And here's my thing. With all love in my heart, I'm saying this not to beat you down, but to sit there and tell you like this is a wake-up call, like a splash of cold water on the face. Because at the end of the day, as a parent, you're wanting your kids to at least take the basics from you and take the things that you're good at and avoid some of the mistakes you made. And it's like, okay, cool. But they only know what you show them. And if you don't show an interest in this beyond just simply we go and show up and whatever, then what are we doing?
Because the step below of what you're saying is also another aspect that hasn't even shown up in this question yet. It's the parents that brought their children to Mass every single Sunday and they still didn't really get, I'm using air quotes, you guys can't see it, but get anything out of it, right? The people who go to Mass, who sit in the same pew, their families have always sat in the same pew,
right?
And they go catatonic for an hour and then leave, and then that's it. But they went to Mass though,
right? But here's my problem though. Even in those situations, when you really deep it and you really like start asking questions, you find out that they don't really do anything else.
Oh yeah, no, and they don't really know why they're doing what they're doing either.
Right, or you ask them a question about the faith, and they sit there and they go, I don't know.
And they can't connect why we're doing things outside of Mass as well. Like, why are we giving to the poor? I'm like, whoa. Like, whoa. Like, why are you? First of all, why are you angry that we're giving to the poor? Like, no. Because I'm tired of you guys asking me money for CRS and rice bowls. I got rice at home. Like, whoa. Like, so what about the whole Beatitudes? Be what? Okay.
Yo. I got something for you. This happened. This was when I was in seminary, and we had the little rice bowls thing, and I'm sitting there like handing out rice bowls, like, hey, take it home, teaching the kids like to fold it, and they're like, oh, the seminarian, yay! And then I made a rice bowl, and I handed it to, this dude, and he's leaving. He looks at it, and then he reads it, and he goes, I don't eat rice in my family.
Thanks, Mr. Jenkins. That's not what I meant, but I'm gonna.
I was like, what? I was like, no. It's for the poor. He's like, no. You're giving rice to poor people. No. If it was potatoes, maybe. But like, yo.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, this. Just say no next time. I just keep moving. We're like, oh no, thank you, and move on. Like, we didn't need all that. Hey, so how do you think? I think this was pretty good.
I always think it's good.
Yeah, we went through a couple more than we normally do, and we got through it, so that's good. All right, that's it.
Peace and blessings.
Whoever asks for advice and they laugh at you or worse. They give it with strings attached. I learned some people don't help to help, they help to hold you. So be careful who speaks over your soul, cause not every God told me came from God. Not every I got you means you're safe. Some just wanna wear your story like a chain. Good advice is a treasure map buried in pain. Real truth ain't loud, it don't chase fame. Now I write what I needed, tattooed in flame for the next lost soul walking out of that rain.
So the Catholic Neighborhood research team did their 1-2 thing, and they asked people, should we break up? So they gave us scenarios, let us know where they're from, and they said, like, yo, Father Greg, Dr. Gio, should we break up? Let us know. I was like, all right, say less. This one's from Savannah, Georgia. We've been together for 3 years. On paper, he's perfect. Southern, drives a truck, smells like old wood.
It's very specific. I'm happy you found what you like.
I guess. But last month, I learned when he told me that he volunteers with the youth ministry, what he really means is that he DJs under the name Father Beats for postgraduate raves hosted in abandoned rectories his cousin rents out. I didn't believe it until I saw a flyer that said, confess your sins, ladies free before midnight. And it was his face with shades on and a hillbilly shirt saying Father Beats. I was like,
Dope.
hey,
I
yo.
love that. Father Beats.
So should I break up?
No. I mean, he's a DJ. He's playing music. Everyone's there to have a good time. It should be fine. Just as long as there's nothing ill toward, it should be fine.
Is that heretical?
Father Beats? No, because he's not impersonating a priest in the way that he's going to give a sacrament out. It's just a quippy little name.
Okay. All right. Next one's from Portland, Oregon. My boyfriend says he's fully committed, and these are in scare quotes, fully committed. But apparently that doesn't include his ex. Not emotionally, but physically. I just found out he co-signed a lease for her healing studio. Huh? which is actually a crystal shop / juice bar called Mercury Frappuccino.
Oh my.
That's so clever. Mercury and Frappuccino.
I hate this storyline. Oh my god!
But that's not the concerning part to me. The concerning part to me, I don't know if I can say that. The concerning part to me is I woke up and I found a crystal in our bed, and he said, "Oops, I guess that fell out." Fell out of what? I asked him, and then he showed me. Should I break up? Yo. First of all, the financial cosign. I mean,
wholly inappropriate.
It's inappropriate, but at the same time, if he's getting a cutback, like a deal off of it,
maybe
like,
you really believe that you're gonna co-sign with your ex and you're gonna get a cutback, that they did it for the cutback or they did it for the emotional?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know
'cause,
either.
Like, I have exes that if they called me up and said like, "Hey, yo, Dr. Gio, I got a business deal," I'd be like, "Yo," I'd hear her out. There's a handful of exes that can call me up today and be like, "Hey, yo, Dr. Gio, I got a business deal." I'm like, "So what are we doing? Like, let me hear it." And then they'd pitch it. Of the ones, probably 2 of them. There's like 5 of them, but only 2 of them would give me like legitimate business deals. The other 3 would be like a backdoor deal to be back in a relationship. I'm like, nah. I'm good. Because this involves way too much time and talking to you. Like, it's supposed to be business. I want business. But, like, yeah. But her thing that unsettled her was she woke up and there was a crystal and he's like, "Oh, it fell out."
Yeah, this is definitely a conversation. At least, I think this is only going to get worse. I'm not saying to break up with the individual because I don't know the whole situation.
He's putting crystals in a no zone.
Yeah, I know. I'm more than aware. I got that. Every part of me as a man says, "Yo, this is unacceptable."
Just break up.
I'm not gonna say it. This is definitely a conversation that needs to happen. Like, hey, these are my lines and my boundaries. This is not okay what you're doing. Also, physically speaking, respect yourself. Like, don't do that.
What are we doing, my guy?
There's no reason.
I don't think it's ever worth it to do that. To go that far for a girl?
There's nothing that you get from that. That's a rock in a place it's not supposed to be. That's why I keep saying stop playing man call with these demons, because the next thing you're gonna end up doing is opening up open it up. Dang it!
All right, next one. We're just gonna move on. All right, this one comes from Indianapolis, Indiana. We've been dating for a year. He's older, sophisticated, has $2.5 million in generational money.
Should have just started with that first. We all know that. Like, did you say that we were just gonna wash over that?
Yeah,
like, why you put it at the end? Like, oh, I didn't notice the $2.5 million because he's wise and he's old and mature. It's like, what are we doing?
We were hanging out at his vineyard, and then
casually, as one does.
Yeah, we were hanging out at his vineyard.
Oh, Reginald.
And his wife walks in. I said, "Who are you?"
This is a whole novella. What is this?
I said, "Who are you?" She said, "I'm his wife." He says, "We're divorcing."
Dog, this sounds like your daughter telling a story. This is like her playing with her dolls and stuff. This is exactly what she would say. None of this makes sense. It's all extreme drama. What is this?
But I can't divorce her until this batch of wine is done, because she has 30% stake in the wine. And if it spoils, then that affects what the divorce settlement would look like.
Okay.
I didn't even know he was married. Should I break up?
Yeah, you probably should. I would say so. Because if he's lying about something this big, then also what else could he be lying about?
Here's the thing. He's not lying. He's just omitting the truth, which makes it worse. In my opinion.
I just leaned all the way forward. You mean to tell me it's not like a lie, because even though the truth is right there that he could easily just go ahead and say, he just chose not to say it. So that's not a lie.
Okay. Okay. Listen. A lie would be 1 + 1 = 3. That's a lie. Because we all know 1 + 1 = 2. Because it's objective. It's a factual. But if I'm sitting there going like, "Hey, I got you this gift," and then you ask me, "Where is it from?" and I said, "The store." That's not a lie. I just omitted that I borrowed $300 from Jimmy to pay for the gift.
So it's not a sin as long as you act like Ray Charles and don't see the truth. Next question.
I'm blind.
No sunshine, which is gone.
Yeah, we just gonna put crickets on that part. Yo, let's get out of here. Hey, it was a good show, ain't it?
Always.
So for all of us here at Casanova and Spirit Stream Studios, we love you. You're very special.
Go forth and bear good fruit.
We out.